Great.
And then would you send it to, and the rest of it, because you record all of it and send the rest to Linda so she can put it up
Oh, okay. So I would have to send it to her.
on the
It's
website, yeah.
Okay, because I was going to try to get my speech, but it's
I'll
got to
give
go to
you
her.
the Dropbox.
Okay. You do the
You can
Dropbox.
have it download to you, but then you can send it to her Dropbox, okay?
Okay. Okay.
I'll make sure you have that. And Isaac, whenever you're ready.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't know. Okay. It was the first day in high school track practice, and coach said, I need a high hurdler. Isaac, can you do that? I'm 5'6" in platform shoes. I can't run the high hurdles. Coach, well, I need you anyway. That was the day I first met Coach Blaney. He had the wisdom of Yoda, the voice of Darth Vader. The life lessons I learned from him, I still use to this day. The three things he taught: goal, passion, visualization. But his main mantra was, you can do anything when you try. Not a revolutionary philosophy. You've heard it thousands of times. My question is, when did you begin to believe it? Madam Contest Chair, Toastmasters. Hawthorne, Nevada was a small town. Every school has a tough rival. Ours was Yerington. We wanted to beat them in football, baseball, skip rope. In track, they had a hurdling superstar, Mike Rippey. Mike was lightning fast. Everybody knew nobody could beat Mike. One unforgettable day, Mike and I came face to face at a meet held in Yerington, Mike's home turf. We're on that starting line, and when I crossed the finish line and looked to my left and saw Mike a half stride behind me, I beat the unbeatable. So when I hear the announcer, the winner of the 100 meters high hurdle, Mike Rippey. What? Mike, you know you didn't win that race. The fact was, Mike didn't have anything to do with it. It's called home field advantage. And the judges were from Yerington. So coach comes over to me, Isaac, the next time you race Mike, I want you to beat him so badly. There could be no questions as to who won the race. Remember, you can do anything when you try. Next time, run one step faster. From that day forward, I would be the first person to practice, last to leave. I would be the only person on that field 7 days a week. I knew there was just one person I had to beat: myself. The next time I saw Mike was the last meet of the year, the Nevada State Finals held in Reno. We're on that starting line, and when I hear that bang, I flew over those hurdles like the Flash as I crossed the finish line. When I hear, ladies and gentlemen, we have a new state record with a time of 14.2 seconds, Isaac Ford, yes. And I looked at Coach Blaney. Now, I don't tell you that story to boast. I tell you because the life lessons I learned from Coach, I still use to this day. Goal. You have to have a goal. My goal was to beat Mike. And then passion. You have to have passion. My passion to really beat Mike. And then visualization. You have to see it before you can do it. In my mind, I had won that race over 1,000 times. If you're lucky, you have a Coach Blaney too. That teacher that believed in you and told you you could do it when everybody else doubted you. That friend who always lifted you up when no one else would. That Toastmaster mentor who told you one day you will win table topics. 6 years ago, I finally reconnected with Coach Blaney. The last time we spoke was 40 years ago. He's in his 70s now. Coach Blaney, you may not remember me, but this is Isaac Ford. Isaac Ford? Who ran the high hurdles in 14.2 seconds? Coach, I'm a Toastmaster now, and I gave a speech in your honor because I never thanked you for the motivation you gave me in high school. Isaac, that really touches my heart. You would do that for me. But it's like I've always said, you can do anything when you try. Who's the Coach Blaney in your life? Isn't it time to reconnect and reminisce and to remind them of your unforgettable day? Back to you.
Thank you, Isaac. And Sandra, would you go ahead and put a minute on the timer?
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Minute.
All right. So Isaac, I'm your evaluator. And of course, I'm getting to know this speech almost as well as you. I've heard it several times, 3 times, and I love hearing your speech. You have a great use of stage. You place your characters and you create the scene. You have great body movement where you show action, or you show your running, or you show your emotions, and you're really, really excellent at your body language. Of course, you've got great vocal variety. You've got your coach's voice, and that's wonderful. And I love the whole part where you showed the different kinds of competitions that you have against your rival, the football, the baseball, the skip rope. That was really, really funny. And so that you really have that down. You might want to work on the eye contact. And I know that I think you're reading your script. So no, you kind of look away. So you might want to work on that, okay? Because it disconnects and you just want to keep on looking either at the person you're talking to in your story or at the audience. When you look away like that, it looks like you're looking at a script. And if you're not looking at a script, then don't look there. Just keep on looking at that camera. The other thing, your excitement was great. And you might want to use some vocalizations with it as well, because I think that will give you a more vocal variety, and it will really express that. The one emotion that I believe for me was missing was when you had that first disappointment. Now, maybe you didn't feel angry, but I felt angry for you. And so that's hard for me, that you just kind of like when you showed your competitor just shrugging his shoulders, and you're like, well, it's the home turf advantage, but you're a young kid, right? And a young kid, he's got to be mad. And so what I think would be useful is to see you pause after you realize, you're winning, and then you hear that decision, and you kind of like can't believe it, and then there's shock, and then you're like maybe, and then you look at that guy and you really look him in the eyes, and he turns away, and then your coach speaks you down, and then you use that anger to motivate you to beat him even better the next time. That I just think that is kind of like the whole, for me, is like the turning point in your story. It's so powerful, and don't lose it. Don't kind of wash over it. And the only other stretch goal I have is when you do the running, and maybe you can't do this, but I always see it, is that when you're running, that you kind of go over the hurdles by just sort of popping yourself up and down. You don't have to do that. It's a stretch goal. And finally, I love this speech. I think it is definitely competition material, and I really wish you all the success in your next competition, and I really want to see you win. So have a great time. Thank you. Okay, so Sandra, do you want to do a table topics? We have like 1 minute. Maybe not.
Oh, I'm not prepared for a table topic, but let me see.
Or would you have 2 minutes, right? You have 2 minutes. So how about if I give you a table topics?
Oh, well, you could try that.
Okay, so
that I'm supposed to answer. I'm supposed to do it.
What is the first thing you're going to do when they stop sheltering in place? What is the first action that you're going to take that you haven't been able to?
Well, I'm going to invite my friends to the house, my house, train for a domino game and for a meal. And it's been a long time since we've been together, and you can't really play dominoes on Zoom. So, that was out of the question. So that's what I'm looking forward to, dominoes with my friends.
Okay, well, that's great, because we're at exactly 7:45. We can go back to the main room. Isaac, do you have any questions before we leave? You're good? I can't hear you. You're muted.
Yes. Do I need to just keep recording through the rest of the meeting or stop it?
Stop it and it'll go down. No, because it'll stop anyway. So stop it, and it should go back to your computer.